The beginning is the most important part of the work. Love is a serious mental disease. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. Man, a being in search of meaning. If a man neglects education, he walks lame to the end of his life. All men are by nature equal, made all of the same earth by one workman. When the mind is thinking, it is talking to itself. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Wise men talk because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of lover, everyone becomes a poet. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. We can easily forgive a child who's afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. You can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation. If you do not take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. When you feel grateful, you become great and eventually attract great things. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. Courage is knowing what not to fear. You should not honor men more than truth. Poverty doesn't come because of the decrease of wealth, but because of the increase of desires. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future in life. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. pleasure is the greatest incentive to evil. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so that they have the least wit or the greatest babblers. Excessive liberty, whether it lies in state or individuals, seems only to pass into excess of slavery. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Love is born into every human being. It calls back the halves of our original nature together. It tries to make one out of two and heal the wound of human nature. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. To love rightly is to love what is orderly and beautiful in an educated and disciplined way. The one who learns and doesn't practice is like the one who plows and never plants. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. Only the dead have seen the end of the war. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed by the masses. The true lover of knowledge naturally strives for truth, and it is not content with common opinion, but soars with undimmed and unwearied passion till he grasps the essential nature of things. The seen is the changing, the unseen is the unchanging. Enjoy life. There's plenty of time to be dead. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Better to be unborn than untaught, for ignorance is the root of all misfortune. The purpose of education is to give to the body and to the soul all the beauty and all the perfection of which they are capable. Beauty of style and harmony and grace and good rhythm depend on simplicity. I will prove by my life that my critics are liars. Moneymakers are a tiresome company, as they have no standard but cash value. Wonder is the feeling of the philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder.